Welcome to In the Field Audio Bible. My name is Christy, your host for this Bible snapshot. We are stepping into a story that blooms like wildflowers in a wasteland, where loyalty becomes legendary, where emptiness transforms into abundance, and where extraordinary choices ripple into extraordinary destiny. A tale so tender yet triumphant that it reads like poetry wrapped in providence, proving that God writes the most beautiful stories in the margins of human brokenness. Welcome to the Book of Ruth, a love story within a love story, a famine that leads to feast, where bitter becomes sweet, and barren fields birth the lineage of kings. The stage is set in the days when judges ruled, dark times, lawless times, when everyone did what was right in their own eyes. But this story shines like a candle in the chaos. Meet Naomi, a woman whose name means pleasant. Fleeing famine in Bethlehem with her husband and 2 sons, seeking survival in foreign Moab. But Moab becomes a graveyard. Her husband dies. Her sons die, leaving 3 widows clinging to each other in the wreckage. Naomi's response cuts to the bone. Don't call me Naomi, call me Mara. Bitter. For the Almighty has dealt very bitterly with me. I went out full, but the Lord has brought me home empty. But here's where the story pivots, where human loyalty meets divine sovereignty. Ruth, the Moabite daughter-in-law, speaks words that will echo through eternity. Where you go, I will go. Where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God, my God. This isn't just devotion, it's revolution. A foreign woman choosing Israel's God. A young widow binding herself to an old woman's bitter journey. A pagan embracing the covenant when she could have chosen comfort. They arrive in Bethlehem at barley harvest, empty-handed but not empty-hearted. Ruth doesn't sit in self-pity. She rolls up her sleeves and heads to the fields, gleaning behind the reapers like the poorest of the poor. Enter Boaz, a man of noble character whose name means strength, who notices the foreign girl working in his fields and sees not just her beauty, but her character. I've been told all about what you have done for your mother-in-law. Can you see it unfolding? Providence disguised as coincidence. Divine appointments masquerading as chance encounters. God's invisible hand orchestrating every detail, while his children simply choose faithfulness. Ruth gleans grain, but she's about to harvest so much more. Protection, provision, and ultimately a kinsman redeemer who will restore what was lost and write her name in the genealogy of the Messiah. The threshing floor scene pulses with holy tension. Ruth approaches Boaz in the darkness, not with seduction, but with a request for redemption. Spread the corner of your garment over me, since you are a guardian, redeemer of our family. Boaz's response reveals his heart. The Lord bless you, my daughter. This kindness is greater than that which you showed earlier. All the assembly of my people know that you are a woman of noble character. But there's another redeemer with first rights. The law must be honored, justice must be satisfied. At the city gate, before the elders, Boaz navigates the legal requirements. until the way is clear for love to triumph. Ruth pulses with 4 transforming truths. First, loyalty's reward. Faithful love, even in loss, positions us for God's blessing. Second, providence's pattern. What looks like coincidence is often God's careful orchestration. Next, redemption's picture. The kinsman redeemer foreshadows Christ's work for us. And finally, restoration's promise. God specializes in turning mourning into dancing, emptiness into abundance. And who could forget Ruth chapter 1, verses 16 to 17? Words that have graced countless wedding ceremonies. But Ruth replied, "Don't urge me to leave you or to turn back from you. Where you go, I will go. And where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God my God. Where you die, I will die, and there I will be buried. May the Lord deal with me, be it ever so severely, if even death separates you and me." The story crescendos with wedding bells and baby cries. Ruth and Boaz marry, a son is born, and the women of Bethlehem declared to Naomi, "Praise be to the Lord, who this day has not left you without a guardian redeemer." But here's the breathtaking finale. That baby boy is Obed, who fathers Jesse, who fathers David, who becomes the line through which the Messiah comes. Ruth the Moabite becomes the great-grandmother of Israel's greatest king. Ruth doesn't just tell a story. It rewrites our understanding of God's heart. It takes our prejudices and pulverizes them with grace, takes our broken places and plants them with hope, takes our small acts of faithfulness and weaves them into eternal purpose. This book is a love letter to every outsider, revealing God's inclusive heart, His redemptive power, His ability to write beautiful endings from the most unlikely beginnings. So whether you're in a season of loss or loyalty, famine or harvest, don't skip Ruth. Her courage will inspire your choices. Her story will expand your view of God's grace. And her redemption may be just the hope your weary heart needs. Intrigued and want to hear more? Click the like button, hit subscribe, and tell us in the comments what's your favorite verse in the book of Ruth. And for deeper insight and thoughtful reflection, visit inthefieldAudioBible.com, your companion for scriptural analysis and discovery. And until we meet again, may your heart be steady in His truth, your steps guided by His voice, and your soul refreshed in His unfailing love. This is In the Field Audio Bible, where we listen to the Bible one chapter at a time.